I'm Leslie and I want to show you the property that I've been renovating for approximately the last 2 years. I'm in Spain. Things don't happen quickly. I've been living in it whilst working on it. I've had builders around, and then I've also been renovating another property which I now live in permanently, and I'm renting this property out on Airbnb. I've tried to stay with kind of a vintage style. I've sourced a lot of things second hand, some antiques from Spain, and hopefully the property feels quite modern yet reflects the area that I'm in central Andalusia as well. So let me take you round to have a look.
You can see the old front door here and the reception area of the property with a false ceiling. Local carpenter Antonio had made the door. I chose the colour and I sourced the inserts from the scrapyard, and they were purchased as 6 separate parts, inserted into a metal frame and sprayed black. I've yet to meet someone who doesn't like the colour of the front door. The false ceiling has been taken down from this reception area and the original beams exposed. A log burner was fitted into this corner. Sanding those beams was a really messy job. The ground floor bedroom and ensuite bathroom with minute sit-up bath. The window gets removed and the bathroom extended into that area. And now into the refurbished bedroom. The floor has been kept the same throughout the entire ground floor of the property. The chair in the corner was second hand and free to a good home and reupholstered. Bedroom furniture is from IKEA, which contrasts nicely with the more vintage style items. Interior doors have been painted to give them more of a vintage look. Gold coloured handles have been changed for black handles. Previously, this was the window and led to the outside patio. The shelves have been installed for toiletries. 2 mirrored areas, one with a shaving mirror, and a light has been fitted above the shaving area. Also new sockets installed here, and as you brush your teeth in the morning you can enjoy the view of the church. The bath has been removed and a walk-in shower fitted in its place. The old tiles remain, but the same ones were purchased to fill in the gaps where the bath was. No shower curtain required, but I use a squeegee to pull the water back into the shower. The window has been left so that steam can go through into the sink area and out of the window there before I fit an extractor fan. And back into the old reception area and the living area as it was when purchased. You'll notice there's a door here that eventually is removed and gets filled in. The property has some quite large cracks that were stapled together and mesh applied with plaster and filled in. Now here we are in the new reception area coming back through. You'll see the beams that have been exposed. And again, the internal doors have been painted to make them look more vintage. That same floor with beige and grey tones. Furniture is second hand from a property that my sister bought. And you will see that the door in this room has now been blocked in. And it's been made into a cosy TV room. It's also been insulated with an approximate inch gap between plasterboard and the original wall, with insulation too. The light fitting was from an antique market, and the pictures are all flamenco themed. And now into what was the kitchen and was the living area. All the windows and doors have been replaced and all of the tiles taken off the walls. And now into the patio area with its stunning views. There was a building on the patio that has been removed. It had a large chimney on it, so that was quite a job. And then this is the area that was closed in and is now the bathroom with the sink. So this was blocked in at this end, and then the window area was opened up into the bedroom. There was a fig tree growing through the patio, so when we took the tiles up, we added salt water and cut the tree back to prevent it from returning. And here we have the new patio. The area around the bathroom window does need painting still. The themes throughout the property are flamenco, as I mentioned, and pomegranates. The pomegranates resemble my favourite city in Spain, Granada, which actually translates to pomegranate. And now into the refurbished kitchen and dining room area. I've added an island across the middle of the kitchen. It's just another little glimpse of the old kitchen. Now into the kitchen from this side. I wanted to keep the large fridge at the bottom, although eventually we'll change it to one to match the one in the kitchen. I added this extra one so that it was just more handy for making breakfast and keeping essentials there. The blue gives an accent colour of about 10% of the overall colour scheme. This room was also insulated with an inch gap and insulation between the plasterboard and the wall. The fireplace covered in tiles was removed and alcoves created. The log burner was purchased from a local scrapyard. I actually cleaned it up and polished it. And the shelves have been fitted to store glasses, creating a kind of mini bar area. All accessories were purchased locally. The fan that's a mirror was purchased in a flea market in Seville. The table and chairs were second-hand from Cordoba, and the chairs were reupholstered. Moroccan-style doorknobs purchased in Granada have been put into the wall to decorate around the flamenco lady picture. In order to place the shelves at the top of the tiles, I had to get the brackets made by the local ironmonger so that the brackets didn't come down the wall onto the tiles. The kitchen worktops are pine and were made by a friend. He managed to polish up the old wood so well, and it was varnished with a product called Osmo, which is actually half varnish and half wax. The sockets have got USB connections as well. Now stepping back in time again, those wall tiles were just awful, and onto the veranda that overlooks the well overgrown garden. Unfortunately, the tree did have to be removed. It was overpowering the house and too close to it. The pool was already in, and miraculously, the filter system still works. And here we are midway through the garden renovation. At least it's now clean. And this area at the back will become the exercise zone. And here we are with the garden completely renovated. The floor has been cleaned up and the pool and the walls painted, and it's just completely transformed it. The beams over the pool have also been varnished and the staircase repainted. The tree has been removed, but the final part of the stump is still there and just needs burning. Now we're looking at the back area of the garden, which I was at this point even using as an exercise area. The back area was full of wood, ready to burn in the winter, which all got used up and is now used for storage. And here we are on a different day where the garden's very much set up for the summer and has just been hosed down. Moroccan touches have been added, such as the lamp. The lights were bought down in Chiclana de la Frontera, and the ceiling is just chipboard with false beams. The chipboard was painted brown and sprayed, or not sprayed, actually painted blue using a stencil. The sofa was already in the property when I purchased it up on the second floor. So I've used it down here and added some throws and cushions. The outdoor tap has been changed to a quirky little hummingbird, I think it is. And the curtains are from IKEA. The hydrangea plant works really well in this corner because it's shaded.
You just know your life's getting organised when you are literally putting the finishing touches to the ambience in the house. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Now, if you're interested in renting the property, I'm just going to drop the Airbnb link below where you can reserve it if you wish to spend a small holiday in central Andalusia.